But even through all that shared experience as the people of God, Paul wrote, "Nevertheless, with most of them God was not well pleased, for they were laid low in the wilderness." Chapter 10, verse 5. They made it out of Egypt, but never entered the Promised Land. They illustrate the half-converted, those who had religious feelings, but not true salvation. Paul told us these things happened as examples for us, so that we would not crave evil things as they also craved. Chapter 10, verse 6. The people who forsake God, who once may have professed to believe in Him, do so because they crave something more than Him. Chapter 10, verse 7. They crave evil things, and they act immorally. Chapter 10, verse 8. Such are an example of the disaster of apostasy, when having received the privilege of hearing the truth and being with the people of God, they turn their backs and walk away from the Lord. Paul concluded in verse 12, "Therefore, let him who thinks he stands take heed that he does not fall." You don't want to fall away. Be sure your salvation is genuine, not the delusion of false faith that will draw you away from Christ to abandon His church. Cultivating a love for the church. I confess I love the church. It's the center of my life and has been since childhood. My father was the pastor of a church when I was born. I grew up in the church. It's the place where I was led to the knowledge of God, where I learned about the person and work of Christ, and where I gained the knowledge of saving and sanctifying truth. It's where I learned how to pray, how to sing, how to worship, how to love, and how to serve. And in the church, I experienced the leading of the Spirit of God, directing me to a life of ministry. I met my wife in the church. We raised our children in the church, and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren are being raised there too. It's where I've made lifelong friends and partners in ministry. The church touches every part of my life. In fact, you could say, it is my life. People sometimes ask me why I write so much about issues in the church, why I can't just be quiet and enjoy my ministry. The answer is, I love the church so much that I can't stand by and watch it struggle. I want to help it be all God intended it to be. I love the church too much to do anything else. I hope this book stimulates a similar affection for the church in your heart, that it encourages you to pour yourself into your local congregation with fresh energy and a deepened commitment to serving in and with the body of Christ. And I hope that, in spite of the church's flaws and difficulties, you come away with a renewed understanding of God's design for His church and a vigorous, motivating love for the role He has set aside for you in it.